I should have never gone back to that hospital. It was abandoned for years, left to rot on the edge of the city, its windows cracked, its walls bleeding rust. Everyone said it was cursed, but I didn't listen. I told myself I was only going there for research. One night. Just a few hours. That was the deal. The gates groaned as I pushed them open. The chains were broken long ago, and weeds had grown over the path. The hospital loomed in front of me like a sleeping giant, its windows like black, watching eyes. The moon was swallowed by clouds, and I could barely see the outline of the building. I stepped inside. The air was heavy. Dust, mold, and something else, something sharp, metallic, like the scent of old blood. My flashlight flickered as if it already wanted to die. The halls stretched endlessly. Wheelchairs were overturned. Stretchers abandoned. Patient files scattered across the ground, their edges crumbling with time. I bent down, picking one up. The photograph of a woman stared at me, her eyes scratched out with something sharp. A chill ran down my spine. I moved deeper. My footsteps echoed in the emptiness, but after a while, I noticed something strange. The echoes didn't always match my steps. Sometimes, they came half a beat later. Sometimes, they didn't come at all. I reached the first ward. Beds lined up against the walls, sheets stained yellow, some still shaped as if someone had been lying there. I turned quickly, convinced someone was watching me. Nothing but shadows. Then I heard it. A whisper. So faint I thought it was my mind. Leave. My heart hammered. I froze, listening. The silence stretched so long that I almost convinced myself it was nothing. Then it came again. Leave, now. The sound crawled down the corridor. I swung my flashlight toward it, nothing but peeling paint and broken glass. I kept moving. The deeper I went, the colder it became. My breath fogged in front of me. The temperature dropped so quickly it felt unnatural, like I had stepped into a freezer. Suddenly, something clattered behind me. I spun around. A wheelchair had moved. Slowly. Across the hallway. That's when I saw it. At the very end of the corridor, just for a second. A shadow. Tall. Thin. Standing perfectly still. I blinked, and it was gone. I tried to laugh it off, telling myself it was my nerves. But the hairs on the back of my neck stood up as if my body already knew the truth. I passed a broken door that read children's ward. Against my better judgment, I pushed it open. The smell hit me first, sweet, rotten. Toys lay scattered across the floor, dolls with missing eyes, blocks covered in dust, a tiny rocking horse swaying gently though no one touched it. And then, the laughter. Soft. High-pitched. A child's giggle. It echoed around me though the room was empty. My flashlight flickered, and in that half-second of darkness, I saw them. Little shapes. Small shadows darting across the walls. When the light came back, they were gone. I stumbled backward, my breath quick and shallow. The rocking horse stopped. Dead still. I ran. Back into the hallway, deeper into the hospital, searching for the exit but somehow always ending up in another ward, another corridor. It was as if the building itself was shifting around me, refusing to let me out. I passed the operating theater. The doors swung slowly, creaking as if inviting me in. Against my will, I stepped inside. The room was enormous. Rusted surgical lights hung overhead. Tables covered in dried stains. Instruments scattered everywhere. A dark puddle stretched beneath the center table, though the roof above was dry. My flashlight scanned the walls, and froze. Dozens of photographs, taped in crooked rows. All patients. All staring forward. But every single pair of eyes was scratched out. And then, in the middle of the wall, one photo stood out. It was me. My face. Taken recently. My blood turned to ice. The whisper came again, louder this time, all around me. You shouldn't be here. The surgical light above me groaned and began to swing, slowly, like a pendulum. The shadows on the wall grew taller. Longer. I turned to leave, and froze. He was there. At the end of the room, standing in the doorway. A man, or the shape of one. His body stretched impossibly thin, his face lost in shadow, eyes glowing faintly white like dying embers. He didn't move. He only stared. I stepped back, heart hammering so loud I could barely hear anything else. My flashlight flickered again, and for a split second, he was closer. I blinked. Closer. Blink. Closer still. Until he was just inches from me. I dropped the flashlight. Darkness swallowed everything. In that pitch black, I felt cold fingers brush against my neck. A voice hissed in my ear, low and broken. "You can never leave." I screamed, stumbling backward, fumbling for the flashlight. I found it, switched it on. The room was empty. The doorway clear. I didn't think. I just ran. Corridor after corridor, my legs burning, lungs aching. The whispers followed, louder and louder, overlapping voices, dozens of them chanting my name. The exit was ahead. The front doors. Wide open. I sprinted, throwing myself through them, crashing into the night air. Silence. The hospital loomed behind me, still. Empty. As if nothing had happened. I didn't stop running until I reached the streetlights. And even now, as I tell you this, I can still hear it. That whisper. That single word. Stay.